Okay, so non-calculator unit 1 numeracy right here. So question 1, you've got this question here based on over 2 pages. So it's a Steadwork field here, and we need to recognize that this is a scale drawing. 1 centimeter represents 10 meters, and then we've got to put a barbecue. Now the barbecue has to satisfy each of these conditions here. So you need to go through each bullet point. And it says bullet point number 1, it's got to be nearer to the river than to the opening to the Steadwork camping field. Now here's the opening along this line here, here's the river. Notice these two lines are parallel. So if we need to be nearer to the river, we need to sort of be this side, don't we, of the field. Okay, this side. The point is, where do you stop? Okay, where do you stop? We want to be this side, but you know, there's a certain line here where we do stop. And if we go over that line, we'd be in the wrong place. We need to be close to the river. In order to do that, because the lines are parallel, we just draw a bisector line which is parallel again to these two lines. So if I go halfway, use my ruler, halfway there's 4 centimeters, and again here with this, halfway 4 centimeters. So there's my line, there's my cut-off point, and I need to be, obviously then, draw that line. I need to be this side, don't I, of that line, so then I'm nearer to the river. So bullet point 1 is done, right, ticked off. Bullet point 2, then, nearer to the river than to the hedge. Now this time you've got river and hedge, and they're not parallel, they're perpendicular to each other. Hedge and river, they're 90 degrees. So if you've got two lines that are at an angle to each other, and you need to be closer to one of the lines, again you need to think about bisecting, but this time we need to sort of bisect this angle, right? And because that's 90 degrees, we're going to bisect it into 45 degrees, aren't we? But we can't use a protractor on this, right? They'd expect you to use a compass. I've got a compass here. I put a pen in there just because it's easy, clearer to see on the video. But you should use a pencil in the exam, because if you make a mistake, you can start again. And to bisect this angle here between the river and the hedge, what you do is you open up your compass to a certain amount. It's up to you how much, just sort of common sense sort of amount. Then what we need to do is we're going to draw an arc, okay, so that basically an arc cuts the river and also cuts the hedge, so it cuts the hedge there. And then with the arc that I've drawn, keep this now the same gap. I'm going to put the pin here now on the river where the arc meets the river. I'm going to draw an arc over here. And I'm going to do the same then where the original arc meets the hedge. I'm going to draw an arc then so that they cross. Where they cross, I then draw a line from A through where they cross. That will bisect my angle. That's 45 degrees. Okay, yeah, so make sure I get that right there, slightly off. So take your time on this. So 45 degrees. There you go. See, so my little mistake there, because I didn't quite line it up right. If I do use a pencil, I could rub it out. But that bisects this into 45 degrees. Now it needs to be near the river, so we need to be this side of the line. Okay? I'm not going to shade anything yet until I've done all the bullet points. Bullet point number 3 then, more than 30 meters from the corner of the field. And for this, you need your ruler, and you need to measure out 30 meters. Now remember, 10 meters represents by a centimeter, so we need 3 centimeters. Okay, or 30 millimeters in that case. So there's 3 there. And it's got to be more than 30 meters from the corner of the field where the hedge and the river meet. So here. So again, put my pin on A. I'm going to draw an arc. Okay, draw an arc. And it's got to be more than 30 meters. Now inside that arc, obviously, will be less than 30 meters. On the arc is 30 meters. Outside the arc will be more than 30 meters. So now I've done all bullet points, and to finish off now I need to shade where everything is satisfied. So I'm outside of this arc, I'm underneath this line, but I'm also over here. It would be wrong to shade up here, even though you're underneath this line. It would be wrong because you also have to be underneath this line as well. Okay, so we shade underneath here. Where it satisfies every condition there. Okay, every condition there is satisfied. We're outside this arc, we're underneath this line, we're underneath this line. So all satisfied, all situations are satisfied.